Welcome to Name Twice. I'm your host, Kiska, and this is a space where I share my journey from growing up adopted, finding my identity, and becoming who I was always meant to be. If you've ever questioned who you are, where you come from, or who you're becoming, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. I was 13 years old when I got a phone call that changed everything. At the time, I didn't even know I was adopted. I was just living life, being a kid, thinking I understood my story, thinking I knew who my family was, thinking I knew where I came from. And then the phone rang. I actually remember the phone call very clearly. I remember the words. I remember the moment. But I'm not going to share that part just yet. What I will share is how it felt. I remember the confusion. I remember trying to make sense of what I was hearing. And I remember that moment where something just didn't feel right. Like my world had just shifted, but I didn't fully understand how yet. That call wasn't just a conversation, it was an introduction to a truth I didn't even know existed. My biological mother was on the other end of that phone. And just like that, everything I thought I knew about my life changed. I didn't have time to prepare for it. No one sat me down and explained it first. It just happened. And at 13, you're still trying to figure yourself out as it is. Like we're literally trying to figure ourselves out at the age of 13. And suddenly to find out something that big, something that deep is not something you can process overnight. I didn't even have the words for what I was feeling at that time. I think it was a mix of confusion, shock, maybe even a little hurt. But most importantly, there was a lot of questions. So many questions. Like, why didn't I know this? Who am I really? What else don't I know? And the hardest part was I didn't have all the answers. That moment didn't come with clarity. It came with a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of seeing myself. And even though I didn't truly understand it then, that was the beginning of me questioning my identity. That was the beginning of me trying to figure out who I really was. Looking back now, I realize that moment didn't just change my story. It changed how I saw myself. It introduced me to version of my life. Sorry, guys. But it introduced me to a version of my life that I didn't even know existed. And even though I didn't have the language for it at 13, it was the start of a journey that still is here today. A journey of identity, a journey of understanding, a journey of becoming. That phone call was the first time I realized that my story was bigger than what I had been told, and it was just the beginning. Thank you for listening to Name Twice. If this spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it. And I'll see you in the next episode.